Hey you guys, it's Britt. Today we're here to go down memory lane with Self-Taught Beauty. Figured we could look at her videos from last time this year, specifically her holiday video, and then look at the most recent one that she posted. Let's just see how they compare and my thoughts about them. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, so the video that she posted on December 14th, 2020 has currently almost 1,900 views and 168 likes. Obviously, we can't see the dislikes. The description box says, "Hey y'all, so y'all, here are some clips put together for a faster life update for you, a sneak peek in my life. I am a single mother that is homeless, just hoping for a home and needing that feeling of safety, comfort, and security." Fair enough. Just remember to be kind to everyone. You never know the effect your comments have on someone. And of course, we know the deal: Cash App, PayPal, all that. So this is obviously before Not So Evil's stepmother was involved with Mandy, because this was December of 2020. And we're gonna watch this. The purpose of showing you guys this video is to show the pattern of behavior that is Mandy and the ways that she will utilize cold weather, holidays, sad fishing in order to make people feel bad for her. And unfortunately, we're at a point right now where I don't think that this is going to stop. Because if it was happening this time last year and you had a whole year to figure out how to help yourself, your two, not children, sons, not working, now we're a year later and you have EBT, full-time income, YouTube income, and donations. And you're still utilizing the same verbiage and messages in order to gain monetarily from the subscribers who are still willing to give you donations. It's been nonstop manipulation, grifting, and at a certain point, people get burnt out. And that's where a lot of people ended up with Mandy, was just feeling burnt out, frustrated, tired of not having a whole lot of transparency. And specifically looking at the last year, she was not uploading like she used to on her YouTube channel. So if I was in a position similar to this, or even remotely close to needing extra money, I would have had an upload every single day, if not two, especially when she was only working part-time. That could have doubled her AdSense, because she would have been putting double the amount of content out. And even if the videos don't get a ton of views, it would have been double the amount of content for people to watch. And I said a long time ago, my issue is not with Mandy. My issue is with the actions that she has shown by trapping animals in a shed that has no ventilation, utilizing a kerosene heater, which is dangerous for not only her, but especially the animals that didn't ask to be there. And also the fact that she has two almost adult sons who, in fact, they both might be adults now. I don't keep up with their ages. That doesn't really matter. I was working from the time I was 15 years old. Now, for me personally, just because I did mention that, I started volunteering with my grandmother at the hospital when I was 15. I was actually a candy striper, and I was so excited to get that job, and I loved it. But as soon as I was 16 and I knew that I could start making some money, I ended up taking my first job at the age of 16. I think I was making $7.50 an hour, and I was absolutely thrilled to be getting a small paycheck. I would go to work every day after school, and I worked Monday through Friday. I did have the weekends off, and it was awesome. So the only reason that I say that is because we're not talking about teenagers who might have health complications where they're physically not able to do any work. These are 3 able-bodied people who Mandy has finally gotten herself a full-time job, but we still go back to the same issue of, do her sons even live there? Are they just part of her content? The truth is somewhere out there, and I don't know if we'll ever really know the 100% truth. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue to share my opinions sporadically regarding her, because I think it's absolutely deplorable to trap cats in a small shed, expose them to kerosene fumes, or if you want to take the kerosene out of it, there's a propane heater. That's not safe for the cats to be around. It's just all over a terrible situation, and I have a huge heart. I have a heart for people that have, fallen down and they need help getting back up. But when I see Mandy, in my personal opinion, this is not someone who has fallen down and just needs some help to get back up. This is someone who has ignored countless opportunities to meet someone halfway. And she had an opportunity to go to a local shelter, and she didn't want to be separated from her boys. She acted like they were, 4 years old and needed their mother there. In fact, they were teenagers and they would have been just fine for a few days. I would have not even thought twice about going to a shelter if it meant bettering my situation. So either way, let's see this one from 2020, and then we'll go to the one that she just put out.
Hey y'all, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody is having a happy holidays. So guys, I've put a few clips together. This isn't all the clips that I have. I've got so many clips that I'm trying to go through, but I wanted to get y'all an update up, and I'm doing this in voiceover.
See, and she has the cat in there, like, from the jump. That it pisses me off so bad.
Mode, because there's always noise and everything going on in the background. If y'all have been with me a while, y'all remember before my house burnt down that I've got some crazy neighbors. There's just a lot of noise. So anyways, guys, this is some of the clips that I've put together and just decided to put a voiceover on. This is, right here I'm showing Squirrel. This is one of my cats that I was able to find. I was able to find 2 out of my 8 cats, which I've had forever. Again, those of you that's been with me a while, y'all know that. But this is like a little loft thing in the back, and of course there's clothes and stuff in that bag. But guys, Lord have mercy. And that gas can, I had 2 of those 2-gallon gas cans, which I try to keep kerosene in because the kerosene is just killing me. I try not to run it through the day, and you'll freeze to death in this thing. There's no insulation, no underpinning, no nothing. But I had 2 of those.
So she's openly admitting here that she doesn't run the kerosene during the day. If you're freezing and miserable and cold, what do you think your cats are feeling? If I feel cold, I know that anything else that is living and breathing around me is probably cold and miserable as well. So it's this fine line between, do you expose them to kerosene fumes or do you let them freeze to death? Like, the solution is to not own animals when you're living in a shed. That's the solution.
Those gas cans, 2-gallon gas cans for the kerosene, to hold the kerosene. I sat one of them outside, and of course that got stolen. You can't leave nothing outside around here. And that's where I usually just put my phone so we can watch videos or whatever, and that's when I have gas to use for the generator, for my neighbor's generator. We had a cord running to it, which is why this light's on right here. That was about the first couple of days of the building getting here and us staying in it. That's $10 to $15 to fill up that generator, which I don't have. So this is what we heat with, this kerosene heater, and I heard if you put a pot of water on it, or it's supposed to do something, I don't know. I always leave a pot of water on it. And this is some kind of a crazy parade they was having around here, like with the fire trucks and everything.
Put a pot of water on kerosene heater. So it's supposed to act like a humidifier. It says a dish with water is kept in front of the heater, not on top of, so that the evaporating water vapors could keep the air in the room moist/humid. The idea is that the heat of the air from the heater will pull the water from the dish into the air, thereby adding humidity to dry indoor air. And then you have the kerosene fumes mixed with moisture. I mean, my God, what a mess.
I guess to get everybody into Christmas spirits. But, it's just going a little bit differently for me this year. I was supposed to start washing dishes at this little local restaurant we got right beside of us, not far from where I'm staying at. not far from the shed. I've been waiting on that lady to call me back. So I finally called her, I think it was Thursday or Friday, and she said that what it is one of the people were supposed to be moving, and they were supposed to move last week, but they didn't. So I'm waiting for that opening to actually open up. And then, of course, I've been praying to get that phone call. Other than kerosene prices and the price for that, it was, it's not bad.
Do you see how it's constantly a problem and never a solution? It's, oh, well, I was supposed to get this job, but then this happened, someone else fell through, so that's why it's a problem. It's constantly, here are a bunch of problems, but I'm not going to offer any solutions, nor am I going to help fix any of the issues that are right here in front of me.
And this is when we first got down there, that damn stupid ass box I was looking at, and it's way better than that tent. Here is when we first started cleaning it up. We had to clean up the grass stalks and, trash and stuff that everybody's through here, because that's just how they are down here. But this is all after we got the grass stalks and when we was trying to pile all the trash up to get it burnt, to get the building moved here. You will freeze to death. I know a lot of people tells me in the comments that kerosene's going to kill y'all. But if we don't die from the kerosene, we're going to die from freezing. That is literally how cold it has been. We had a couple of nice days where I could take a break from the kerosene heater. And if I had any other way to heat, I would do that since we've been evicted. My boys had their birthdays. One was November 25th.
So you're saying, literally verbatim, she sits here and says, if we don't die from the kerosene, we're going to die from freezing. How in the f*** is that fair to the cats? How is that fair to the dog that she had stuck up in that shed for months? How is that fair? It is a privilege to be an animal owner. It is not a right as a human being that you get to own animals. If you're down on your luck, I'm sorry. But none of those animals asked to be in that shed. It is selfish and irresponsible, and I don't ever want to hear that she's an animal lover, because you don't do that.
One was November 30th. We went over to a friend's house and done their birthday party. And then, of course, Thanksgiving, we all kind of just done it together, which was real nice. It was a break from the tent and, worrying about other life stuff. And then this is the building when it come. And, of course, I thought, well, great, we'll have a place to go. We'll be out of everybody's way. And it's it may not be much, but it's all we got right now. And like I said, I like to put a pot of water on that kerosene heater because people's told me to do that. These little things right here flying around, I don't know what those are, if they're dust particles or not. I know I don't see them. You can't see them with a visible eye. You can only see them when you got your camera on. So I like to think that is our angels or orbs watching over us. It could be something totally dangerous and I'm just losing my mind. Again,
It's dust. They're not orbs.
I can't afford kerosene in the heater. It's been tough. It's a challenge every day trying to get enough money to get that. They think kerosene is gold,
And look at that. You can see, I don't know if it's a smudge on her camera lens or what, but just the product that is being produced from that kerosene heater. This is what I've been pissed about for almost a year now. This is so dangerous and disgusting to look at this and then know that 2 feet behind her are 2 innocent cats that did not ask to be there, nor does she have the financial means to care for these cats.
I know why. It does keep us warm. And again, I'm planning to do a lot with this thing. I want to get insulation. I want to get walls up. I want to get a floor down. I want to get underpinning under. And this is literally my little corner of makeup. That's all I have right now. Those are the last couple of bags that Ipsy has sent me. So that's really all I have since it got stolen. But I'm going to make that like my little makeup corner. And then once.
And just another side note, as far as her getting PR from Ipsy, I don't think she gets that anymore. The question that I always had was, typically subscription boxes are going to want to send boxes to influencers that have a decent audience, even if it's, I don't know, 1,000 subscribers, it can be a smaller audience, but it's someone who does consistent beauty content and their videos get recognized and they're a growing platform. I just look at it from the seat of, if I was going to send something to someone, if I had a product, let me see what I have. If I made this lipstick right here, which I didn't, obviously, but if I made this lipstick and I said, I want to send this to influencers so that it will increase my reach, and it's a way to advertise, I would want to find influencers who do really consistent content and they're known to publish quality videos, and their videos get good engagement, or their photos on Instagram get really good engagement. But I don't know, maybe Ipsy looked at it from a different seat, which is whatever. But yeah, I said from the get-go, makeup would be the last thing on my mind. I know that it can get people through some hard times, but I don't know. I'd sell every piece of makeup that I own just to be able to not be begging my subscribers to buy me my dinner tonight.
I get everything fixed up. We'll go back to doing makeup tutorials and everything. I mean, it's pretty well lit in here. I'm trying to figure out, you know, how a solar generator works. You know, you ain't got to use gas or anything. Right there's my other cat, Ty. She's just a mess, guys. But they were pitiful when I first went over there and found them. They were emaciated. They weren't fed. They weren't watered. I mean,
were these cats in the fire? Because that cat definitely has no hair on its legs. Were they in the fire? I thought that they were not in the fire. Have these cats been seen by a vet if they were actually exposed to carbon monoxide and smoke? I have not seen this clip. I don't know how I missed that before, but
indoor cats, so they're used to all that. And this is what I see at night. This is actually with a light on my camera, so this is not exactly what I see at night because we only got one flashlight. Again, this is when I just don't have the money for the gas for the generator. So this is what I look at when I lay down in the bed at night. It is the bottom of the loft and the top of the roof, and again, my light is on my camera, so this is a little bit lighter than what I see. This is actually what I see right here. And it actually looks a little bit darker on here because with that little flashlight, it does at least shine the room a little bit, you know, where you can see to walk around or whatever. But yep, this is exactly what I see every night. And again, I wanted to put a few clips together for you guys. I've got so many clips of everything that I just got to go through them. And there are those orbs or whatever it is. Again, like I said, I like to think they're angels watching over us. At least I hope they do. Just know, guys, we are being as safe as we can. You know, a lot of...
What are the point of these clips? That's what I would like to know. Is it to say, oh, well, look at all the things that I still need. Look at the poor conditions that I'm living in. You know, honestly, when you think about having a shed, I realize that that is not ideal for a lot of people. But when you think of someone who is homeless, I know when I was taking Metro all the time, there were a few homeless people that I became friendly with, and I would, you know, stop and talk to them for a couple minutes. You guys know I used to smoke cigarettes, so some mornings I would stop and have a cigarette with them and just chat for a few minutes. But typically, when you think about someone being homeless, they are looking for cover under any structure that will keep them dry if it's raining, possibly keep them a little bit warmer instead of literally being out on the street, whether it's in a parking garage, on a grate. I know that, you know, sleeping on grates is very, very dangerous, especially in cities like DC, New York, Chicago. When you think of actually having a shed versus sleeping on a park bench in the middle of an open park, you know, I don't know. Like, I think that having a shed is better than not having a shed. I don't know. You know, I still would never have animals in there because they didn't ask to be there. But as far as having the shed, like, you know, she's still just really, she's not going to be happy until she has a place and somehow can finagle still receiving donations. Because in my personal opinion, if Mandy was given an apartment tomorrow, there would automatically be some sort of issue, some sort of mix-up, allegedly in my opinion, where there's issues. It's like, oh guys, now I finally have a place, but here's the next set of issues. Oh, I lost my job because of trolls online. I couldn't come up with all the rent because my son had a medical issue. Like, I can see it already. This woman is full of predictable behavior. And in fact, this video is pissing me off so much, I don't want to watch it anymore. We're going to go to her most recent one and just compare. All it does is show that not a single thing has changed in the last 12 months. And this is a woman who had a golden opportunity with Alex to get her together, meet Alex halfway, not lie and not deceive and not tell half truths and then act like everyone was out to get you. It was pretty clear cut what the game plan was. And once Mandy figured out that the game plan wasn't going to be to just hand her a bunch of donations, she decided to try to make Alex look like an evil stepmother, when that's not, in fact, what happened if you follow the fact pattern.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? I have no idea what my light's on. I can't get it off because I can't see the screen during the day. So how's everybody doing? It is getting closer and closer to Christmas, so I hope everybody's holidays are going amazing. So I wanted to get on here, touch base with you guys, let you know how I'm doing, and I'd love to know how everybody else is doing and what y'all plan to do for the holidays. It's been a rough couple of weeks for me. I finally had to sit myself down and talk to myself. You know, when you have to motivate yourself. Well, that's basically what I had to do.
I thought that all your subscribers motivate you. I thought that all of your subscribers that send you donations and really sweet comments, and you know, you've formed this parasocial relationship with some of them that in my opinion is problematic. But I thought that they were the ones that motivate you and help you get through all of the days. But now it's actually you sitting down by yourself talking to yourself. But I guess the subscribers do help when they're sending donations to your PayPal.
You know, it was rough there because it felt like my body, and not only my body, but my mind wasn't adjusting to work, and it was just extra strain. Now I feel great. This week has been so much better. I'm not going to say it's easy.
Why is she taking photos inside of her place of work? Why? She has said very precisely that there is no video or photo allowed on her job site. I'm not even kidding you guys. I feel like this is her trying to sabotage this opportunity so that there can be another storyline produced in order for people to feel bad that she lost her job. But like I said in my other video, if you're given an opportunity and you finally get the full-time job that you so desperately needed for months and months and months now, and they tell you these are the rules: no photos, no videos, come to work on time, do your job, go home, I'm going to follow those rules to a T. In fact, my phone will be in my pocket the entire day because I am at such a point where I want to move so badly that I don't want to risk anything. And here she is taking photos inside of her job site and posting them to YouTube. To me, that doesn't seem like someone who is willing to do anything to get out of their current position.
Easy because it's not, but I can go right in there and whip those molds apart and go home and not be so exhausted all the time. So it kind of feels normal to me. So I'm glad that I finally adjusted. So when I had to sit myself down and talk to myself, it was kind of like I was in that depression mode where I'm here at Christmas again. I'm still not in a home. And the one thing that kind of changed my mind, it kind of told myself, Amanda, you're not being grateful for what you do have. And I try to stay grateful for anything, for what little.
But what have you done over the last 12 months to help yourself? And her situation has gotten better, so let me give some credit for what my credit is worth, whatever. Okay, so you got the part-time job. Then you got this full-time job. Then you continued to collect your EBT and AdSense from Google. With all of these streams of income, why is it that you are still telling your subscribers that if it wasn't for them, you would have gone without food? You were in a predicament where your son couldn't get his medication. Why do these situations continue to come up even when there has been this fantastic change and you have multiple streams of income now? It's not adding up. If you have this money coming in, it should not equate to still telling subscribers that if it wasn't for them, you'd freeze to death or you wouldn't eat, or your cats wouldn't get food and they would die. Like, the sad fishing and manipulation done by this woman is absolutely astonishing in the worst way possible.
That I do have. And one of the things that made me do that was there's this older gentleman that works with us.
There's fucking cat still just, trapped in that shoebox, didn't ask to be there. I can't look at Mandy's content very often because it actually pisses me off so badly. And for her to be so blatant about making sure that the cats are still in these little clips that she's sharing, to me, she's using them as a way to receive income. But she's also, it's like she's saying fuck you to all the actual animal lovers out there who hate to see animals in this position. Mandy is not stupid, okay? And I think that she has played the game very well. But I also think at this point, a lot of the people taking in this content are much more intellectual than she is, and they are seeing through it. That's why these, tables are sort of shifting to the point where a lot more people see her for what she is, and that is a sad fishing e-grifter who also entraps animals in harmful situations.
And without knowing my personal story, without knowing anything about my personal life, out of the blue one day he was like, look, I got this new tree and I don't want to throw away my old one because it's been so good to me for the last few years, and I wanted to give it to you. Would you like to have a Christmas tree? And one of the things that I have stressed so much on my videos was, I just want a Christmas tree. I want a Christmas tree. What I meant by that was I wanted a place where I could put up a Christmas tree. But the point was still taken, and I kind of looked at that like it was like God's way of saying, here, now this will motivate you and give you some inspiration for next year. Next year, maybe you'll have a place where you can put.
If you're saying that God is motivating you by a Christmas tree being dropped in your lap, okay. But I think that that is one of the dumbest things that I've ever heard, because if you're looking at a Christmas tree as motivation, what about all the other things that you talk about all the time? And what about all of the logical ways to look at this? What about your boys? First and foremost, what about the animals? What about just being able to get out of the shed so that you can actually make normal content again and be a little bit happier? Like, I don't know, saying that a Christmas tree is going to motivate you to get out of the shed is like me saying that this mouse is going to motivate me to be a better person at work. It's dumb. Just my opinion.
This up. So I sat myself down and I started being grateful for what I do have. One of the things is having you guys as a support system, not only you, but my boys. Y'all have been the #1 best support system that I've got. Y'all have made me keep moving through this whole process, and I couldn't be more grateful for that. And I wanted to get on here and tell y'all that I was grateful for y'all.
So the subscribers are the support system, but when she needs to talk to someone, she actually talks to herself instead of her subscribers. But let's not forget that the subscribers are the ones that are actually giving donations if and when they do. Let's just make sure that we say there's the support system, just to remind everyone that there are parasocial relationships attempting to be built here in order for donations to not go away completely.
I'm grateful to have this job, no matter how hard it is. I was grateful for being warm and being able to eat without having no worries. I'm just grateful for so many things. And even though I didn't get a turkey dinner for Thanksgiving, probably won't have a ham dinner for Christmas, there are a lot of things for me to be grateful for. And I know I'm not the only one that goes through anything tough and hard. And every night when I lay down, I pray for others that are in similar situations like mine. I pray for them to find the strength to keep going and keep moving, because there is going to be better on the other side. And I just cannot wait for that moment. So yeah, it's been kind of rough.
I would be praying for myself to find the strength to keep going, because at this point it seems like just, plain old motivation isn't going to do anything. So if anything, I'd be praying for myself alongside those other people. If that's a method that is going to help you, I would also make sure that I was included, because clearly plain old motivation is not going to do anything for her, nor are outside opportunities because she's been given those and walked away and cried victim.
But then again, it just kind of taught me a lesson. Hey, there was a lot of times in my life when I wasn't so grateful. When I used to whine and complain about the smallest of things. But now I know that there's bigger out there and there's more worries. And maybe next year I will be able to put up that Christmas tree. I look at that Christmas tree in a box and I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be so beautiful. And I can't wait to see it. And I'm just going to keep moving and working toward that. And so I wanted to get on here.
So we're sitting here thanking a Christmas tree for being dropped in her lap. I always go back to the fact that this is also a woman who allegedly lied about having cancer. I think it's absolutely disgusting and deplorable to lie about something like that or use it as part of your story. Because like I said, if she was diagnosed with cancer 4 years ago, this is not the person that we would be looking at today. Now, I do know that her physical appearance has changed a bit, and I'm not really here to pick apart her personal appearance. I'm only mentioning it because it is so often mentioned. But as far as the cancer thing, if you're able to drop a line about being diagnosed with cancer into your persona online, knowing that if that were true and it went untreated, you would most likely not be here today 4 years later, I don't think that you have a soul. It might be an unpopular opinion, but it's exactly how I feel. This is someone who dropped that line in there, has entrapped the animals in the shed. We've gone over that before. Someone who has consistently given half-truths and utilized her platform for sad fishing and e-grifting. And those things combined make for not a very good person in my eyes. But the worst of the worst is the cancer topic. And I cannot fathom being able to sleep at night after putting something like that out onto my channel.
But in case I didn't see you guys before Christmas, and wish everybody happy holidays. I'd love to know what you guys are planning. I always love hearing different Christmas traditions. Like, what is your Christmas tradition that you remember the most? Like, what is that one thing that you do every Christmas? Mine, I would say, is the dinner. Mom would always cook the ham with the pineapple and the brown sugar on it. And of course, oh my God, the sweet potatoes or the yams with the marshmallows and brown sugar. Oh my gosh, I miss that. And not to mention the canned cranberry sauce. You got to have those lines of the can in it. But anyways, guys, I hope everybody's doing great. And I love you all so much. And I wanted to get on here and let you guys know how much I love you. And to tell you how much I'm grateful for y'all following this journey with me and keeping me going. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.
Have yourself. I can't stand when YouTubers love bomb. I think that this is just another way that YouTubers can manipulate people, especially if they want something extra from their subscribers, whether it's to buy merch, to join memberships, to join a Patreon, to send actual donations like PayPal and Cash App. I hate love bombing. It is such a toxic thing to do when you're telling these people that you love them. You don't know them. And they really don't know you aside from what you put on your platform. Maybe I take the word love a little too literally, but I'm not going to tell you guys that I love you because you watching this right now, I don't know who's watching this right now. And I adore and respect you guys so much. You are my platform. It is pure manipulation to love bomb when in your description box you are utilizing platforms outside of your AdSense income in order to generate extra income. So as we can see, not a lot has changed in the last year with Mandy. She had all summer to put out extra content, to maybe actually be a little bit more transparent with what it is that she's doing to help herself get out of this situation. She could have done a whole vlog getting rid of her cats because they have been an issue. They have been a cause for concern. That would have shown massive growth. And I think a lot of people would have respected her for making that adult decision as a animal lover. She's not a fucking animal lover. my opinion. She could have also gone through with a series of a day in her life, you know, but instead, here we are a year later, continuing the same nonsense, given opportunity after opportunity just to run around and cry victim. And now we're talking about multiple streams of income. And she's continuing to say if it's not for her subscribers and her supporters that she loves so much, that she will starve to death and die. That's a great way to really misuse your platform, in my opinion. Her animals will always be my main concern until I see that they're either out of the shed, or one day, maybe if she gets her own place, then obviously it's amazing to be an animal owner. If you're in a position to be able to care for them financially, medically, and emotionally. So that's going to be it for now. Also, before I close this video out, I want to mention Not Another Tea channel has done a couple of videos about self-taught beauty, and she's pulled clips, and you know, I realize that anytime I mention another YouTuber, it's like, oh, you're co-signing your friends, you're, you know, going on vacations together. That's not it at all, but I do want to give her a little shout out because she followed the self-taught beauty saga last year when everyone kind of came from my neck. But she's done a decent job on the videos, so I'll link her channel down below if you guys are interested. So yeah, anyway, for now, if you like the video, leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.